Hello and welcome back to Loquiturgaming. I'm going to continue on with my playthrough of Eila and Something Shiny. So this is chapter 5, the last chapter that comes in the box. So we're at the finale of the campaign here. So chapter 5 is called The Mountain. So there's some differences for the mountain. So the thing with the little side thing that's going to happen in this one is there are these location cards. And they're going to have some actions and stuff on them, which we can look at when we get to the first location. I'm going to probably put the locations right here, so in the close-up shot we can see the location card. And then I'll just put the past up off to the side because the past really doesn't come into play at all. So the cards that come out of the deck will tell us that we can take a action from the location, and that's when we can choose to do something there. What else is unique? Just like chapter 3, there's going to be some things that you'll need to have the shelter marker in order to do. And then also there might be some combat here where if you lose you just have to keep fighting. You have to do the combat again. Also our objective here is to get to the peak. The first step here is we either have to pay a carrot or lose a health. So I think get to the peak is just we have to make it all the way through the location deck before 7 days is up. What else for setup? So my 2 habit cards, I don't think the order really matters. I'm just going to put them on the back. There are a ton of red cards in this scenario. We've got our golden toad. We still have the watch from Leo, our harmonica, our sword and the fang bracelet we still got. And we still have the herbal medicine if we ever need to spend a knowledge to get a health back. So I think we'll just take a look at location 1. So you can kind of see, I guess off to the side, they might, I think the book said these might make a little picture on the side over here, up to the peak. What do we got here? We got Ice Rock Village, which is a shelter. And the green screen's not doing so great with some of these things. We can gather intelligence with gold, change in gold for knowledge. We can get food. Proceed to Wintry Woods. Let me just zoom in, it'll make it a little bit bigger. Proceed to the Snowy Plains. Would cost 2 energy. We'd get 519, and then the green screen, and again, is not playing nice with that. That's location 2. We could proceed to the Wintry Woods, which has shelter. Only costs 1 fear, or sorry, 1 energy, but gives us 3 fear. We get card 520, but then we go to location 3. So at the exchange of 3 fear, maybe we're skipping a location, which we got ways to get rid of fear. I mean, we've got our music habit, which is nice. Okay, let's look at the prologue little comic. We've got a fire. There comes a time when a storm shall strike, an evergreen haven no more. From tree to mountain the seeker begins, a journey none had made before. Little did she realize, this valiant seeker, of a power uniquely possessed. Conversing with shadows, she's surely blessed. Rattling cogwheels, choking fumes, dodging from feline eyes. Slipping past cobwebs and dimly lit tunnels, immersed in riches and guise. Escaping from tyrant, the seeker meets the guardian of the shrine. Inevitable fight shall they engage, the world's and her fate entwined. Oh no, we're gonna have to fight? That sounds like we're gonna have to fight. This is what I've been through, but what does it all mean? Everything will fall into place once you reach the peak. If you're the seeker, you shall encounter the guardian of the shrine. You must be well prepared. Oh. Hasn't it occurred to you that you are the seeker? I'm not sure. Otherwise, why would you come this far? Because of a promise. Okay, goal of the chapter. Get to the peak within 7 days. Consume 1 carrot or 1 hit point at the start of every night phase. Starting resources, 1 carrot, 3 gold, or sorry, 1 carrot, 1 gold, 3 energy, and 3 knowledge. 3 energy and 3 knowledge, huh? Which could get quickly eaten up by fear. 1 carrot, 1 gold. You got to pack better for that when you're going to climb up a mountain, Eila. All right, I think that is everything. Just go. 501. Villagers of Ice Rock. Villagers here are masked and seem strangely aloof. Do I possess whatever that thing is? No. What is that thing? Wand fragments. No idea when or if we ever would have seen that. So it's going to be the bottom one. Blue card 510. Into the future. And then the past, I'm just going to put off over there. Snowstorm. Okay, so this is one that we'll need to be cognizant of, that if we have shelter, fine, we get a fear. If we don't have shelter, it's going to cost us an energy and a fear. If we don't have the energy, we're going to get a hit point damage and 2 fear. But Ice Rock Village is a shelter, so we're just going to get 1 fear. Frostbite. Okay, so this is one, at this point in the game, you just have to take the damage. Suffer in pain. Take a rest to recover. We don't have 2 carrots, and we can't look for a cure because we don't have 4 knowledge. So we're just going to take the 1 damage. And if we take the damage, so this is going to go into the future until we do one of these 2 things to get rid of it. I gotta take a damage, right? A moment of peace. I could meditate to get rid of 3 fear. I could contemplate to get 2 knowledge. I'm gonna contemplate. I have other ways of getting rid of fear. I'll get that knowledge. I want to build up knowledge, it looks like, to get rid of that frostbite as quickly as possible. Looking afar, what seemed unattainable in the past is now so close. So this one is just going to be adding some cards, a little bit of story, adding some cards. So we need 511 and 512 into the future. And then we do 548 next. 548. Ooh. Potential awakens. Do I want a defensive ability, offensive ability, or use of spells? I have a feeling that if I ever get magic stones, I'm going to want to heal. What number was that? That's 2. So the difference is a defensive ability and offensive ability, both of them you get S10. For defensive you get 11, for offensive you get 12. For use of spells you get both 11 and 12, but you also get 13 added. I just don't think I have enough access to magic stones. I don't know if use of spells is the way to go. I'm going to go offensive ability. I have my reroll with the sword. Yeah, so offensive ability is 10 and 12. Well, I guess I could read the name of the cards, right? So 12 is Lightning Bolt, 11 is Shield, 10 is Fighting Spirit, and 13 is Master of Sorcery. I'm not looking at what they do, I'm just looking at the title of them. So offensive ability is still going to be Lightning Bolt as a spell and Fighting Spirit. You just don't get Fighting Spirit, I guess. Master of Sorcery. Maybe I should take Shield. I don't know. No, I'll go with Lightning Bolt, Fighting Spirit, and Lightning Bolt. So offensive ability. I'll stick with that. Now that I've made my choice, I'm kind of curious on what Master of Sorcery does. After casting a spell, you get a knowledge or lose 2 fear, but you still got to be able to cast a spell, right? And I wonder if they all take magic stones. What? Lightning Bolt is nuts. For 2 magic stones, I can add 22 to my combat value. Am I going to need 22? And get 3 knowledge? Holy cow, what am I about to fight? Fighting Spirit. In combat, for each wound, I get 2 energy, and I can store energy here. It says only for combats. Storing energy only for combat. So there must be combats that come up where energy can make the thing easier to fight or something. Not sure. Okay, 506. Execute a location action. So here's where gathering intelligence, you can spend gold to get knowledge, which you could turn into magic stones. I think I need to look for food though. Or I could spend 2 energy to go on to location 2. I've got the 1 carrot for the end of the day. I've got an energy for the end of the day. The Snowy Plains does not provide shelter, and there was the one where we needed the shelter. I think I'm going to stick around the Ice Rock Village for 1 more turn and then maybe proceed to the Wintry Woods next turn after I spend this knowledge to get rid of Frostbite. So let's take 2 food, I guess. We're executing the location action of taking 2 food. Unless, of course, that one comes up. Oh, this is another one. Snowstorm. Stay in the shelter. Stay in the shelter. There's a fear. Ah, bummer. Well, now I'm not going to have the right mix of energy unless I use 2 carrots. All right, my habits. I need that knowledge, so I'm just going to get another carrot. From cooking, and then from singing, we get rid of 2 fear and get a coin. So we go to the end of the day stuff. I got to spin a carrot. I got to put an energy up here. Wow, I can get a bunch of knowledge if I stay at this Ice Rock Village. Harmonic would get rid of another fear, but I don't have another fear. So my golden toad. There's gonna be more places where I can get knowledge. Maybe Wintry Woods, Snowy Plains. Yeah, I don't know. Shuffle. This one might beat me. This could be the first chapter we lose. It's already looking pretty involved. I mean, the lightning bolt gives you 22. See, but if you took the defensive one, you wouldn't have got that, right? So you don't, there's no way that you could need that to win the combat. Maybe it's just super helpful. But I feel like I got to spend my knowledge to get rid of that frostbite. That frostbite's terrible. All right. So I can look at this first card. Mage and his apprentice. Reaching the summit alone, that's dangerous. Here, take these. We could accept the charmed quartz or accept their food supplies. Charmed quartz. Oh. Charmed quartz reduces the cost of magic stones. I think I'm going to do that. I mean, I've got my healing spell, I've got this combat spell, and then this goes into the past. No other cards to add? No. 6 food was nice also. Okay, so this is the snowstorm. Gotta take this fear because we're still in a place with shelter. It's fine. Everything's fine. Frostbite. Spend 4 knowledge on the cure. Send that to the past. No more frostbite damage. Training. Build mental health gets 2 fear down. Gain knowledge is 1 energy. I could get 2 books. Build physical strength is, for a book, I could get 2 energy. I'm going to gain knowledge. I want to build up for some magic stones now. So there's an energy for 2 knowledge. I've got 3 carrots. I've always got my cooking also. The pink a carrot here is a little rough. Proceed or not? So here's the question. Well, now I don't have the energy. Do I stay here for another day? I mean, I got to get through 10 locations. Is there going to be another way for me to get carrots? I'm just wondering if I should buy a bunch of knowledge, stay here for another day, and then go. I'm going to move on. I'm going to turn these 2 carrots into an energy. I got to gain 3 fear. Of course, the thing did say make sure you're prepared. Before you go, I hope this isn't too slow. I'm going to spend all 4 of this on knowledge to fill these 4 with knowledge. Then I'm going to turn that 4 knowledge into a magic stone. Well, shoot. Meditate was the next one. I'll get 2 knowledge. Probably should have moved on. Singing, get rid of this and get a coin. Find ingredients. I'm going to turn 1 carrot, no, 2 carrots into 3 energy. Energy is vital. And what do we got? Uh-oh. Villagers mutate. A group of villagers mutate into monsters, slowly closing in on you. You confronted and defeated them. So these guys have a strength of 6. I have my Fang bracelet, which is +2. So I basically need a 4 or higher with 1 reroll from my sword. And this has the repeat. So I have to keep doing this until I win. Okay, I got a 5, so I win. Thank you, Fang bracelet. You confronted and defeated them, so we need 5, 14, and 15. And then this goes into the past. And snowstorm. We're still in shelter, so we just get the 1 fear. End of the day, we got to pay a carrot. We got to put an energy. And then we... Golden Toad gets us 2 gold. Harmonica gets rid of a fear. And we shuffle. There are not a lot of cards in this deck right now. We need to move on, I think, as early as we possibly can here. We've only got the 1 execute a location action card. Okay. 1 more cut, put it in, and then we see, do we want this card first? Looking back, recalling how the past made you who you are, you feel uplifted. We can get rid of 2 fear. We gain 2 energy, and then card 517 goes into the future. I think we'll put this in the back. That's all good stuff to get at the end of the day. So the next card is 504. Is contemplate. Okay, so I'm going to, at any time I can turn 4 knowledge into a magic stone. Now with this contemplate, I can get 2 knowledge. Singing, that's kind of a bummer that comes up now. Snow blindness. So this kind of replaced, what's it called? Frostbite. We would need carrots. This is exactly the same thing, except it's 2 fear now. It's going to go into the future until we can find a cure. Snowstorm. We're still in a place with shelter, so we only get 1 fear. Come on, location action, location action. All right, so here. Build mental strength to get rid of 2 fear. Gain knowledge or build physical strength. I think I want maybe some energy actually this time. Or do I just get rid of the fear? I don't have any carrots. My cooking hasn't come up yet, so I can get a carrot from that for the end of the day. I've got 2 stars to cast my lightning bolt spell. So let's turn a knowledge into 2 energy. Oh, we need an energy to travel to the wintry woods as well when that comes up. Oh, and we're going to gain 3 fear from that though. Ooh. When it's time to travel, we're going to lose a bunch of stuff. I think I build mental strength to get rid of 2 fear. When I go to the wintry woods, yeah, I'm going to have a spot for some fear to go. So here's our ingredients, our cooking. We're going to have to find a carrot. Where is our travel card? Here we go, execute a location action. Okay, so for 1 energy, adding 3 fear. It's a shame that our music thing came up, but we're gonna have that thing at the back that I pushed to the back to get rid of some fear too, right? We get 520 is the next card, and we move to location 3. So, wintry woods. Proceed to the bridge is location 5. Find the great white cliff is an energy and a knowledge. Or we could look for food while we're here. Oh, it looks like maybe we need to travel. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 levels on this thing. I'm just wondering how many times are we going to have to travel. Okay, 520 is the next card we have to do. Uh-oh, lost in the woods. Ooh, this would be bad. Find your way out is an energy and 2 fear. Find your way using a map, or hastily is the top one. Find your way using a map is a knowledge and 2 fear. Or panic for 4 fear. I guess we spend a knowledge to only gain 2 fear. Look at all this fear. Our healing spell will also get rid of a fear. But then this goes into the past. Okay, so our next card is... Oh, bummer. We're in a shelter, so we have to gain a fear. The woods has shelter. I guess we lose the knowledge. We need the energy. Oh no, we're gonna get energy on the card we put in the back. So we'll do the bottom one. Energy and a fear. Okay, we lose 2 fear. Gain 2 energy. Get card 517. And this goes into the past. Okay, end of the day, we got to spin the carrot. We got to put an energy up here. We get 2 gold. From our golden toad, we lose a fear from the harmonica. And then we shuffle. Find the Great White Cliff. Is this the one we just did that went to the past? Yeah, we only got to do that one time. Kind of a bummer. I guess the snowstorms would be nice now while we're still in shelter. There's not shelter in the next 2 places. We got a bunch of gold. What do we need that for now? Okay, so the card that we could move to the back is Altitude Sickness. Struck by headaches, or take a rest to recover, or look for a cure. So this is another one? I doubt we'll have 4 knowledge to cure this, or even the carrots to cure it. Unless we look for food while we're here. Let's push it to the back, and we can make a decision at the end. Training. I think we have to build mental strength again. Get rid of 2 fear. So that just doesn't keep building up and then push us where we can't get anything. Well, now here's another choice. This time I'm gonna go different and take 2 knowledge. That was that card where we could meditate or gain knowledge. Snow blindness. Well, I have to take the 2 fear because I don't have carrots or enough knowledge to cure this. So we've got 2 of these things in the deck now. Snowstorm. We are in a place with a shelter, so we're going to have to lose a knowledge and fill up fear. Then another snowstorm. Is there another way for me to get energy? I guess when the location thing comes up, I can look for food. So we're going to resist the wind. I just don't have a good other alternative spot to put it. All right, music performance, 4 fear off, gain another gold. And I don't have any carrots to cook with. And there's cooking. Gotta get that 1 carrot. Execute a location action. I think I'm gonna look for food. I'll drop a gold to get 4 carrots. And this is the one I push to the back. I think for now, I'm gonna just take the hit point hit. I've got my medicinal herb still. Because I need to turn 2 carrots into an energy for the end of the day stuff. And I need more energy to move on next turn. So end of the day stuff, it's going to cost me a carrot and an energy. I get 2 gold from my toad. It's fine. I lose a fear from harmonica. Three days left. It's interesting there's only one like move on or execute a location action. All right, so cut. The first card would be contemplate, meditate. I might want to save this for the end. Do I push this to the back? I think I'll just get the 2 knowledge now. There's that one card where I could convert one of these knowledge into 2 energy, which would be good. So I still have the shelter. That's good. That came up before I moved on. Snowstorm. All right, so let's do this. Let's convert one of these carrots into 2 energy. Then we still got 2 carrots. Then we still got the 1 carrot for the end of the day thing. This is interesting. Do I just make a magic stone? Because my healing spell, I could just take some damage from some of these things that damage you instead of spending resources and taking fear, and then heal it back. I can do that at any time. So let's just see what the next card is. 512. It's the one that I was talking about. So I could get rid of fear. One of these energies is going to go to moving. There's another snowstorm, but I don't have room. If I take one of these knowledge to get 2 energy, there's not room for it. I think I get rid of 2 fear, but I still got my music habit coming up. I'm gonna get rid of 2 fear. If I draw something that's gonna make me get fear, I'm gonna lose these resources anyway. I got an idea. I'll just do it now. I'm going to turn the... Oh, but then I won't have the book to spend. I was thinking about getting the magic stone now, spending it on my healing spell to make room. I'll just get rid of the fear. Of course, it's the next card. What do I need all this gold for? Maybe there's a wandering trader up on the mountain. Execute a location action. So we're going to do the one that doesn't generate fear. I think we're going to find the Great White Cliff. Proceed to the bridge. If I proceed to the bridge, I get to keep my knowledge. Generate 3 fear. My music already came up. If I have to, I could always convert these into a magic stone. I'll go to the bridge. It does generate more fear. I think there's still another snowstorm, and then like the damage from not the frostbite and not the headaches one, but the other one. Well, whatever. I'm wondering if this one is like a little easier on you since you're getting a bunch of fear already. Hopefully. Makes 522 the next card, and 5 the next location. Crossing the bridge. So there's only one move along option here. Takes you to location 9, or you can look for food to get 2 carrots. But at least it's shelter. Kind of interesting. This one told you there was going to be shelter at the wintry woods. This one did not tell you there was going to be shelter at the bridge. So, did I do everything? Yeah, we just got to do card 522. Oh boy. How am I supposed to do this? You defeated the snow leopard. Huh. I guess I roll if I get a 6, which is super lucky. I can't get a 13, that's for sure. Might have to use my lightning bolt. Well, I guess we roll. I can always spin my magic stones if I don't get a 6. I got a 3, so I'm going to re-roll. I want either a 2 or a 6 here. A 1 is not good. So, okay. At any time I can spin my 4 knowledge to get 1 magic stone. I rolled a 1. My current combat strength is a 1. I'm going to spin 2 magic stones to cast lightning bolt. To add 22 to that. Plus I get 3 knowledge. So I'm 1 knowledge away from another magic stone. I defeated the snow leopard. Into the past and get card 518. Okay, so next. Oh, wait, no, there is no shelter here. The next place we can go to has shelter. Okay. So this sucks. We got to spend this energy to resist the wind. I wonder what this is for. I don't understand this. Right, each damage. It's got to be like the final fight or something. I don't have 2 carrots. Can't look for a cure, so I gotta panic, get 2 fear. From snow blindness. Then we're at altitude sickness, the one I pushed to the back. So I guess we will take a damage from altitude sickness. Okay, end of the day carrot. We take another damage because I don't have energy or carrots to convert. Oh wait, that has to go here to mark day 5 is being done. I can get rid of 1 fear from harmonica. 2 gold from the golden toad. I don't know why I would need it at this point. So I really need the stuff that gets rid of fear to come up, and I need another magic stone in case. Yeah, I think we have to cross now. We have to cross now. I'm almost positive we have to cross now. So this one is probably like the most puzzly one so far on when should I do, when should I move on, when should I stay at a spot. I feel like I needed all that knowledge at the beginning. All right, so the first card, we're gonna put that to the back because we don't have room for the fear right now. We gotta build mental strength. We gotta get rid of some of this fear. We don't have energy, we don't have carrots. I don't have time to get carrots, I don't think. Ooh. All right, so this time I'm getting 2 books, turning them into a magic stone in case a combat comes up. There's no shield, I don't have energy, so I gotta take an injury. And 2 fear. Come on, music. Come on, music, because there's no shelter. I just don't have the stuff, so I got to take the damage. Execute a location action. So it would take me to location 9 plus 3 fear. The music's going to come up soon. Man, I think I need my spell for combat, but I don't have a book to spend for my herbal medicine. I just don't think I have time. If I execute this location action on day 7, when it comes up, that takes me to location 10. Is that going to be enough? I think if I can't take a fear, I have to take a damage, which is a problem. Will I have time to get another magic stone for my spell, is the question. How I'm going to do it, I'm going to move on. I'm full up on fear. We go to location 9. And then 526 would be next. The last couple times the location, or this red card that came up was not great. Oh wow, this is amazing. I need inquire about the path uphill. I needed this to come up like 1 day sooner. We're at Frostville. I need to visit the doctor. Look at all this gold I've got. So I needed to go like 1 day quicker. There's been nothing else that's come up that's let me done a location action again. Holy cow. Residents of Frostville. I can purchase medicine. I can purchase weapons. Or I get rebuked for refusing to make purchases. What is the weapon? Frost bomb. In combat, discard to get +7. Prevent all damage. All right, so here's the question. If I don't purchase if I purchase the frost bomb, that gives me 7. That gives me +9. It's like the enemy that I fight would have to be like. See, but I didn't have to take lightning bolt, right? For the +22. And I could use these magic stones to heal me. This is day 6. On day 7, I think I have to go up to location 10. I'm just wondering if I purchase the medicine, is 2 more hearts going to be enough? Or am I going to have to use my healing spell anyway? So is 4 hearts better with these 2 magic stones? 4 more hearts? And buy the frost bomb? You have to be able to beat it without the lightning bolt, right? I'm going to buy the frost bomb. And I think I'll use my magic for healing. Oh boy. Well, I got to do it anyways. So I'm going to do a magic stone to heal 2 and a fear. I stay in the shelter. I get a fear. And I think I take a damage because I can't take another fear. I think that's right. Fear. It's not a very long rule book. It's like 9 pages. 1 HP for each fear, yeah. I don't have well, cooking hasn't come up, so I can get the carrot. I don't have energy. Finally, so music performance gets rid of 4. You needed to be 1 card earlier, music performance. We stay in the shelter. We have to get this carrot. Oh man, we got to panic. We might just die anyway. All right, end of the day, we got the carrot at least. We have to put a heart here. Harmonica gets rid of this. And we've got so much gold to spend. Like there should be another location movement card. Like only one location movement card is kind of bad. Or location action card. Did I get the golden toad gold? I don't know. I don't really need any more gold. You don't have to worry about the end of the day carrot or energy now because it's just the last day. So I lose anyway if I don't make it to the top at the end of this day. I want this to really be shuffled. All right, so this is the card that's on the front. That's the card that's staying on the front. We're getting rid of 4 fear. And we get a coin. Now, well, I don't have knowledge or energy to trade, so I guess I just get rid of more fear. Good thing we have a shelter. We just get 2 fear back. We got a shelter, we get a fear. We get a little lucky on the order, I think, here. Execute a location action. Well, we have to move. This is the last day. We don't have a knowledge to spend for here, so we're going to have to climb up forcefully. That is a health. I'm just going to do it now. I'm going to spend my magic stone to get 2 health and remove a fear. There's no way I'm going to get enough knowledge at this point, I don't think, to get another magic stone. So we need red 527 as the next card and location 10. So it just says you have finally reached the summit. The mystery of the shine is about to be uncovered. Yep, so if you line all of these up at the little cutoff thing, the footsteps do make a path up to the shining star at the top. Okay, 527. Almost there. Keep up the spirit. So we get 3 energy. If you possess the pendant, get 528. If you do not, get 529. Okay, so we need 3 energy. Somebody give me some stones or healing or something. So 528. It's the friendship pendant. said there was no way we were going to get another magic stone. Hey, what do you know? We get a magic stone. The pendant transfigures into a magical stone on the edge of the final challenge. So we lose the pendant. We lose 3 fear. We get 1 magic stone that I guess we could use for healing. And we need 529. What do I do with the red deck? Oh, here it is. Nope, that's the past. This is the red deck. 529. The shadow reappears. For your own sake, do not proceed. No, I must go on. 530. So they're using these cards to do a little bit of storytelling. Swine shadow appears. Do I still have the meat? No, I don't. The shadow transforms into a gigantic pig, blocking your way. If you defeat him, we go to 531. I don't have the meat. And I can't get a 14 without using my frost bomb and actually getting super lucky. What does knowledge help me do here? Nothing really. Okay, so let's roll this. We got a 1. We got to re-roll for sure. Okay, I got a 6. My sword, my fang bracelet makes that an 8. And I guess I discard my frost bomb to make it 15. I hope this isn't the last boss. Yeah, so I defeat him. Goes into the past and we get 531. If there's another combat, I'm probably in trouble. Oh, I think I just lose now. Shadow spider. The shadow transforms into an enormous spider. If you possess the lantern, it's a 12. You fought on despite your injuries. So we have to keep fighting this guy. I don't think it matters what I roll, unless I roll shields, right? I'm looking for shields here. 6 plus 2 is 8. It doesn't matter. I can re-roll with my sword. Okay, so I take a damage, a fear, and a knowledge. I guess I keep doing this just to try to get shields, because I have to keep doing this combat. So next round of combat, doesn't matter, that's an 8. So I re-roll with my sword. Okay, I blocked the damage, but I gotta take the fear. And I get the knowledge. I gotta survive like 4 rounds of this to get enough to get another magic stone, I guess, just to cast the spell. So next round. So 1, I get to re-roll. Okay, I take the damage. I don't think there's any way I can do this. Because I'm going to have to use my magic stone to heal here in a second. So next round, okay, I block it. I'm not going to re-roll. I take another fear. Oh wait, I've been taking damage. So I should have been storing energy over here for what I don't know. Okay, next round, I get to re-roll. No, I got to use this magic stone to heal. This is not possible for me to win. So I lose one. I get a knowledge, which I have to do that. These can get converted into a magic stone. There's no way I can survive 4 more rounds to get another magic stone. Well, there's one. I blocked one. Oh no, there's gonna be too much fear built up. Oh, wait a minute. Wait, no, take that back. Hang on. If I still had the 4, I forgot I had the medicinal herbs. Hang on. Before I heal that, and before I spent those 4, I could have spent 1 and did my herbal medicine. So I still had this, right? I spent my herbal medicine to get a heart back. Then I take that damage. I'll ditch this for that. And now I can get a magic stone. I forgot I had the herbal medicine to save me that 1 hit point. If there's another, now truly if there's another combat, I'm screwed. So it doesn't matter what I roll, because I'm going to spend the 2 magic stones on lightning bolt to add to this. That gets me 3 knowledge. And I go to 532. Okay, that helped. Oh, I actually had to take that damage though too. From the time when I used the medicine to save it. So I only have 1 life left. 532. Well, now I'm dead for sure. Yeah, now I'm dead for sure. If I win this combat, I take a damage. The boss cat shadow. I think I want to lose, get the book. Well, the result is a 6, so I don't actually want to win because then I'm going to take a damage. Okay, I rolled a 1. If I get a book from this, I don't know what order this is supposed to go in. This could be cheating, I'm not sure. I get a book as a reward for losing. That's 4. It just says you got to have room to put everything in, and I have room to put the star. It says any time. Then I got to take 3 fear. 1, 2, 3. Spin the magic stone for health. 1, 2, 3. And now watch, I'm not going to be able to roll a 6 again. We keep fighting. And I get to re-roll. I lose. So it's 1 fear here, and then 2 fear takes 2 health off. I put 3 up there. I should have only put 2. Yeah, so I have to win now or I lose. 3, re-roll. It's a 1. Okay, so I lose this health. Or no, I still lose and I get too much fear, so I lose the health. So I died right before I got to the top. All right, so that's chapter 5. I'm not going to take the time to play it again on the channel, but you've seen what the adventure is. You really got to get, I don't know, a lot of magic stones or something. This one's really hard. This one was the hardest one, obviously. I'm not sure if the frost bomb was the way to go. I didn't have the meat, so if I would have had meat on this one, there's just a lot of damage on these fights. These fights are super hard. Maybe taking Fireball. I think Fireball adds 10 to your roll. Could be better than healing. So I think it only costs 1 magic stone. So with Fireball and with the sword, some of these guys are actually beatable with just straight rolls without needing the other item to possess it. Or you're not even to possess the item. So let's just see if there would have been another fight. 533. I'm not sure what this did. Oh, yeah. So we could have healed 4, gotten rid of 8 fear. Then we would have gone on to 534. Storm transforms. Count the number of the following items you have. And however many of them you have, you read a different, you get a different card. I think I have only, I have 1, 2 of those. So 538. The Storm Shadow is only strength 10, but I would have still needed magic to beat that because I only had +2. We could have gotten some more fear and knowledge because this would have been empty. But getting hit with the hearts would have been bad. And then is there another fight? 539. Oh yeah. I mean, you really got to build up to do some serious fighting at the end. The Storm Shadow. And then 30. How are you supposed to do that? I don't know how you're supposed to get 30. Okay, so obviously some more puzzle to figure out. But there you go. That is chapter 5. So chapter 5 is probably going to take me several more playthroughs to figure out what to do correctly to get the right mix of stuff in order to win. Probably, I don't know, maybe you need to have that knowledge to bring the lantern and the meat. Seems too specific though. So, all right, anyway, so that's Eila and Something Shiny. I hope you enjoyed this campaign of this game. I hope you enjoy everything I put up on the channel, and I will see you in the next one.